Welcome back to the Amanda Seals Show. It's Amanda Seals here. We are in the midst of a group chat topic of the, well, no, this is not topic of the week, but it's a group chat topic. We're talking about nepotism. We named all these black children, Blue Ivy, Bronny James, T.I. and Tiny's children, who are definitely getting a leg up in the respective fields that their parents have been successful in, notably because they have some talent, but they're also the children of people who already have carved out a space. Now, nepotism, as far as I've always heard about it, is really directly related to white people putting their family members in position regardless of skill set.
Yeah.
Right? So, for instance, I would say a black version of this is that, like, the mayor of New York, Eric Adams, like, he put, I think, his brother or somebody like in a position that they were 100% not skilled at all, just because it's his brother. Yeah. That's nepotism. And it's harmful. Well, I mean, sis. But it's harmful in those scenarios because it's not just about like an individual. Like, you are now in leadership of a company or in leadership of a government role, and people are going to really be affected by this person's ignorance.
Yes. I agree with you in cases like that where the person has no idea what they're doing. But I feel like being raised amongst Kanye, if you're Kanye West's daughter and you don't know how to make a beat, what have you been doing for, like, if that maybe that didn't interest you or anything like that? But I think that is the advantage that parents have to teach their kids the things that they know. So I think when you're talking nepotism, you're talking about someone, maybe extended family or something like that. I feel like these kids have a real life apprenticeship for whatever knowledge that their parents have, and they have firsthand access to this knowledge. And it would kind of be, I feel like that's generational wealth being passed along as well, where if I owned a corner store and I gave it to my kids and they ran it into the ground or they ran it successfully, it's not nepotism because I didn't give it to someone that doesn't know anything about the business at all.
You know, Amanda, when you reference it towards the black community, I think it's a good thing. I think it can it's a great thing for us. However, the thing that I don't get is the number of children of celebrities that don't want to be identified as a child of, and they want to make their own name. Because I'm going to use everything. That? Well, because I'm wondering, why wouldn't you just be glad that you have that access and be okay with it?
Because I think that for some people, they may not respect their parents. I think for some people, they also don't want to. I mean, okay, how many brothers have I dated that I was a resource for, and they just did not want to use the resource because they were like, I want to get it on my own. Like, I just don't, I don't want to have to owe you. I don't want to have to feel that tinge of, you know, it's like I just want to feel like I did it myself. And I think for some people that really is important to them, just feeling like I didn't get a leg up. I forged this path. And I do think there's a lot of parents who definitely make it like, you know, you owe me. I did this for you. That's a real thing. So I think there's but there's this, I think that's a personality thing more than anything. Like, I don't think it's like a respect thing.
I think either way, people are going to have something to say. Either way, like if you do, it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like with Barack Obama's daughter, who's a writer now.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, she's a writer now, but she doesn't want to use Barack Obama's name and so on and so forth. But people still going to know you Barack Obama's daughter, and they're going to either show you love because they like Barack Obama, or they're going to hate on you because they don't like Barack Obama and make things difficult for you. So I feel like it's a lose-lose situation either way.
But you know, she doesn't want to use the name, but she's in that space probably because of the name.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's going to happen regardless.
She was born to those people. I mean, she can't change that. Like, you know, privilege is privilege. It's like people be mad at me for having light skin privilege. I'm like, there's nothing I can do about that. Like, that's a thing that's happening outside of me. I just have to be conscious not to ever let it infringe or not to ever let it put me in place of someone else who doesn't have access to that privilege. Like, that's what my responsibility is. But I can't control who I'm born to or what I look like unless I go under a knife or something. You know what I mean? So I think for her, she's like, listen, I may have got here, but I don't want to keep being here based on that. And I think there's something to be said for that. Also, like, people are developing, they're
Yeah,
growing, they're finding
yeah.
out their own identities.
And I think that's your job as a parent, to develop your child. Now, if those interests are the same interests as you, yeah, it's easier. But you could look at somebody like Magic Johnson. His son had no interest in anything that he was
No.
doing, and he still helped his son grow up to be a healthy, functioning adult. So, I think it's a lose-lose situation for the kids and the parents, but you got to live your life and take advantage of the things that you're afforded with. I ain't mad at
At the
none
end
of
of
them.
the day, the idea of growing generational wealth is continuing to give your kids the same access that you have created for yourself. And I think that's really the most important part. Whether they take it or not is another conversation.
Right.
So there's that. We got your 60-second headlines when we get back. Keep it locked to the Amanda Seales Show.
We up.
The Amanda Seales Show.